Ahí. Uno. Dos. Dale otra vez más, dale otra vez más.
The shot from the vehicle is very imprecise because we are moving, and save exceptional cases, it mustn't be used in real cases. From the inside of the vehicle, one can shoot forward and to the sides, and we do it taking up the weapon with two hands, with the arms stretched and without support, when the road surface permits us to do so. The shooter must support himself with both feet below the seat, with the gluteus against the back of the seat, and the back is supported on the rear part of the window of the vehicle, and out of the window will be head, arms, and part of the body. Another way of shooting is to be seated at the window with one foot below the seat and the other supported on the edge, while we place the knee on the back. In the case of shooting to one side, the one who is immediately closest to that side will shoot from inside the vehicle, and the other will do it seated at the window. When it comes to readying the weapon inside the vehicle, it will always be done facing the floor and followed by putting on the safety. Whenever we can, we will prepare the weapon outside the vehicle.
izquierda, a la izquierda.
It is important to point out the necessity of acquiring good driving knowledge. Each member must be a driving specialist, and on many occasions, saving lives will depend on it. It is more important to have good knowledge than to carry a firearm. We're going to see a series of evasive driving maneuvers, but we mustn't forget that a vehicle is an offensive weapon in the hands of an instructed driver. And in the case of not being able to do these evasive maneuvers, we can rely on our vehicle to charge the obstacle. Two of the maneuvers that are used with most frequency are the Californian maneuver, or spin, and the short turnaround. The Californian or spin maneuver is done with an abrupt 180-degree turn from the vehicle moving forward and in second gear, that is, around 50 kilometers per hour. This maneuver is done by an abrupt turning of the steering wheel, whether to the right or to the left, pulling the handbrake at the same time. The handbrake is pulled upward and then downward when the vehicle has turned around. We must use the release button and have permanent contact with it until the end of the maneuver. The foot brake mustn't be touched while realizing the maneuver because the car wouldn't turn and we would remain crossed. Once we have turned around, we put the car in first gear and accelerate to the maximum to exit the conflict area as fast as possible. During this maneuver, the most recommendable is to step on the clutch when we initiate the turn in order to prevent the detaining of the vehicle, prevent the car from stopping.
Gira. Para. Vale, perfecto. Vamos hacia allá. Primera. Segunda. Mano. ¿Has empezado a girar? giran antes de llegar el freno de mano. Tiene que ser al mismo tiempo. Freno de mano y volante. Segunda. Tira. Bueno. No te pegues mucho, ¿sí? Sigue. Ahora. Puedes tener... Vale.
The short turnaround is a rapid and simple maneuver. This maneuver has against it the fact that in order to be able to put it into practice, we have to detain the vehicle, though it be only a brief space of time. While making this stop, one can repel the aggression. In the time it takes to put it in reverse gear, the chief bodyguard can draw his weapon and fire. This maneuver is utilized in the case that we find any kind of obstacle in front that impedes us from continuing forward. It consists of the following. The vehicle is detained, it's put in reverse, and we go in that direction at around 40 kilometers per hour. The steering wheel is turned abruptly, whether to the right or to the left, at the same time that we step on the clutch. The vehicle will do a 180-degree turn. From this positioning, we put it in first gear and accelerate to the maximum to exit the conflict zone. The first thing one always has to do at getting into the vehicle is to put on the seatbelt. In this maneuver, it is especially important because a very rapid and abrupt turn is produced that can cause us to wind up in the co-pilot's seat.
Vámonos. Sigue. Frena. Rápido hacia atrás. Dale ya. Mira, todo. Vale, rápido, muy bien.